Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bender Bearman, and today we're going to do an episode on faucets. This is going to be the beginning of Giraffe Systems 101. I get a lot of questions from a lot of people about giraffe systems. The worst part about it is I don't get a lot of questions about some giraffe systems from some people. So, giraffe systems are the last line that our beer is going to touch before it goes to a customer, a potential lifelong customer. We want it to be pristine and perfect because we want the beer to be pristine and perfect. Speaking of beer, today's beer is Sun King's Wee Mac Scottish Style Ale, which I have not had in a long time. So, cheers to all of you. It's pretty tasty. So, back to the conversation at hand. Faucets. As you can see down here, I've got a couple different faucets on hand. I have a front ceiling faucet, a traditional back ceiling faucet, and a flow control faucet. But the faucet we're going to be talking about today is the one right here. This is one that you just walk into the bar, you see, or you're the bartender and you use every day. We're going to take this apart, talk about all the pieces, what they do, and we're going to show you how to clean it real quick, okay? So first thing to do is we're going to take off the tap handle, which is here at top. Set it aside. Now, a tap handle can be these little guys, or they can be big branded ones. They can be multiple different things. But, you know, for this one, I just have one of these little black plastic ones on there. I'll set that over there. Then, you're going to remove the faucet from the shank. And normally this is done with a special tool, which I have right over here. This is a faucet wrench. As you can see, I have used this one for a long time. So this side does beer nuts, and this side does faucets on the shank. So this is a spanner. See? We didn't need it for this one. So, this is normally in the wall or on the tap tower itself, but we're going to go ahead and set this one aside because we don't need it right now. Here's your faucet. The places to normally look are in here, here, there's a little weep hole right there, and back here. A lot of times, these threads are covered in mold. Same with here. So, we're going to pull this off. So just so you know, this is the lever collar right here. And that part actually is what the tap handle screws against. So if you've got a branded tap handle, I actually don't have one out here right now. Screw it on until the tap handle is facing the direction you want it, and then you can screw the lever collar up to hold it in place so that the branding is sticking out, just so you guys know. So we're going to take that back off, stick that over there, remove the lever collar, stick it right there. We're going to remove the lever bonnet. The lever bonnet actually has a couple seals behind there. There's one in there. We're going to try to get this to pop out. There it goes. So that's the lever bonnet and the seals. It's always a good idea to take them all off, do a full inspection, look at everything. Actually, you can see where this one hasn't been cleaned. You can see that there's some dried on stuff on here, so good to know. Now, the shaft here, actually, you can push down on it, but if it's stuck in there, just take your lever and press down on it, and it'll pop out the back. Comes out. So there's the shaft. And this is actually the main seal. Right there. So the beer is coming through here, comes down and through here, and out. So this seal is what seals on the back there. So when it's opened, it's pushed back, and when it's closed, it pushes forward and stops the beer flow from coming out. So this seal doesn't break down very often, but you always want to do a full inspection of it. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. This seal right here, the shank seal, it's probably got a different name. Hold on. Coupling washer is what they refer to it. I've got a little cheat sheet right over here telling me. So, the coupling washer is the seal that takes the most amount of abuse, because when you tighten it, a lot of times it's over tightened, and it's going to cut that seal. So this one's actually in pretty good shape. So first thing you do is you take it all apart, then you soak it in your caustic solution to get everything cleaned. But you also hit it with some brushes. That's right. So this is a faucet brush. And this goes in and hits all of that. And you can go in here and go through all of that. Go in here and you can spin it and you can turn it and stick it out. And this, all the time, being in your caustic solution, rinsing it back and forth will clean it out really well. But I don't like to use these on the threads. I prefer to use either like a plastic bristle brush, or actually a stiff bristle toothbrush works really well for getting into the threading and all of that. And they last a long, long time. So you can go through the entire threads, clean them up, clean up here, and just give it a good little scrub. And afterwards you can come over here and use, again, your toothbrush to hit the threading over here. Now mind you, this toothbrush was never used in my mouth. Toothbrushes are nice and cheap. They're easy to come by. You don't have to order them. So that's why I like using toothbrushes. They're easily replaceable. So hit everything up. Make it as clean as possible. Beer clean. This also, the toothbrush does really well into getting into these little crevices on the back here. So, after you're done brushing them, and you pull them out of your caustic, you're going to want to rinse them really thoroughly. Get all of that chemical off of it. Make sure to always wear gloves while doing this as well, because it can cause chemical burns to your hands. So afterwards, this goes back together. You stick that in there. Stick that in. Kind of get everything seated. Huh, what am I doing? I forgot to tell you about one part. So down here, there's this weep hole right here that's designed to depressurize all of this. And this thing gets clogged quite a bit. So make sure to pay attention to that, look at it, clean it out if you need to clean it out. Alright, sorry about that. Now, I'm going to put the lever, or the shaft back in. We're going to take our lever, stick it down in there, and try to get it in place. Get the friction washer in place, which is the plastic washer on top, and the seal in place. The lever bonnet. Get it on there. Get it decently tight. You don't need to over tighten them. Really, if it feels like there's a lot of friction on there, it's probably too tight. Time to put the lever collar back on. And there you go. Let's put it back together. Take tap handle, put it on there. Like I said before, get the branding facing forward and then turn the lever collar so that your branding is facing the right direction. And there it is. Now, you can put it onto your shank. Try to get it so that it is going up, and then spin that on. And then you use your faucet wrench to tighten it. Now I like to get it hand tight and then a quarter to half turn past there. And that should keep that seal that's back there, what is it, the coupler washer that's back here from cutting itself too badly. So, sorry, I needed a beer break talking a lot. And that is how you take apart a faucet, scrub it, clean it, put it back together. This needs to happen every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. Okay? Alright. Well. Alright. So, these faucets need to be cleaned every 2 weeks. Every time you clean your lines, you need to clean the faucets as well. They need to be completely disassembled, scrubbed out, soaked, cleaned, put back together, and put back into service. Alright, so if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like and subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. And please watch the other videos. There's going to be more videos on Draft System 101 and what to do with the rest of the system. We're going to talk about cleaning schedules. We're going to talk about the quarterly maintenance that no one ever does, and all of this stuff that we need to know to make our draft systems work well. Alright, I appreciate it, guys. Cheers.